Hello everyone, it is Molinda Jae and welcome to my channel. And I am here to do another review of Belle Collective Season 2 and Episode 2. Now, let's go ahead and get into these details. So I won't have to hold y'all any longer. So, per notes, we had left off with Letitia and Glenn talking about um the infidelity that has transpired within the relationship. And of course, Tisha wanted to know if the baby is Glenn's, and he had said no. For the most part, he has said no. And however, before the conversation came to close, Tisha was standing her ground, rightfully so, and let him know that just as much as you're talking that talk, you need to walk the walk as well. There's no more of that talking yip yap, sweet talking, because of the fact that they are high school sweethearts. So they have been in basically a long-term sweetheart relationship, and to some degree, in Tisha's perspective, she feels like he is still treating her like she is that young 17-year-old girl that he met and is so used to um, getting over stuff. But now that she is a grown woman and that she's a wife and a mother and a businesswoman, of course, you evolve and change over time. Not any one person is the same person, especially when you've been in a long term relationship, like either a childhood sweetheart or a high school sweetheart. So I had to say kudos to that, to Miss Letitia standing her ground and, saying what she mean and mean what she say. And she has, of course, they have endured enough to where she is establishing some healthy boundaries and knowing that in order to get back in good graces with her, or in order for the relationship to get back at least close to how it was, a new foundation has going to have to be reestablished, meaning trust. That's going to have to be reestablished again due to the fact that there has been distrust within the relationship. So I had to say kudos to Miss Letitia on that, and I'm seeing a growing pattern of this. But I'm gonna get to that towards the end, when it comes to my thoughts of this growing pattern that I'm seeing on the TV screens, and I'm like, okay, enough is enough at this point. It needs to be some accountability at this point. But next we have Latrice and Zaddy, and they were talking about in their scene about how she is outgrowing her spot due to due to all the things that she has done for the business so far. Adding the vending machine in the shopping malls, and then of course the success has blew up since that point. And also, since she has been on the show as well, it has definitely increased it a little bit more. I mean, from what I'm seeing from an outsider looking in, that she has already experienced success because she was featured in the Forbes magazine, a Forbes article in regards to the growth of her and her business, and where she started from to where she is now. So now she's at that state where it's time for her to expand. And she asked her husband for his opinion in regards to either relocating or keeping the location and then just adding an extension at a different location. And due to the fact that, the current location, her headquarters, I'm gonna call it her headquarters because that's where she opened up her brick and mortar at, is that she's experiencing some structural issues. And as Cliff had explained, that the location is located in a I'm gonna say in a hub zone. it got to be located in a hub zone where um, the area is in need of improvement, so to speak. So in my opinion, Latrice, girl, if you haven't done it already, I would just keep that location, the location that you originally started from, as your headquarters location, because I do appreciate the fact that she's like, I'm not gonna forget where I came from, and just leave the people who have given me business and help me be the boss lady that she is. I'm not gonna keep them, leave them hanging to reestablish in a whole nother location that I'm probably not gonna get either a third or half of the profits from at. So my suggestion, okay, Miss Latrice, is like I said, you could just keep that location and make that your headquarters location. Um, and that way you can keep the flow of clientele that you've always already had, and you can choose another location that is in a more suitable neighborhood or suitable area to where you're able to get the best of both worlds of whether it's high clients, A-listers or celebrity clients that will come to that location, or you'll have the regular folk that has that lives in those areas where you are putting that other extension of your business at. Of course, you can make that your go-to location, and then just make this location that you started from your headquarters. That way you can have the best of both worlds. Just make sure it's like budget friendly when you getting in, branching out with the extension of branching out. Okay, which I'm pretty sure you're able and capable of doing that, Miss Lachiche. I had to add my little 2 cents in it because I love you, girl. Okay. And then next, we move on to the scene where Marie is chopping it up with her mom at a local restaurant. Um, and her name is Miss Lola. And of course, they're working towards rebuilding a relationship within each other, like mother-daughter relationship, because of the fact that her mother has endured with substance abuse. So one thing I got out from that scene is I really appreciate the vulnerability between her and her mom, and and still having compassion for her mother due to the fact that she was raised by her father. I do appreciate the vulnerability between both of them, discussing of why things happened the way it was, and what could be done to make it better. And you can tell she's trying, but you can't really force anybody to actually to change. They have to be willing to do that for themselves, as far as like going cold turkey, as well as continue to take those necessary steps to progress in the path of sobriety. But I do think it was a big step so far, was to let her stay with her. That was a big step in my eyes, because there could be people out there that whose parents would come to their children's home, and they will ask, hey, could I stay with y'all, and so I can have a chance to reconnect? And them folks like, nah, I don't want nothing to deal with y'all, because there's still some hurt and some inner child work that's still, and some forgiveness as well, that still needs to be addressed. So there could be some sorts of compassion, and to have healthy boundaries at the same time when it comes to the parent and child relationship. But I do appreciate that. But I meant to say this on the past. Um, I meant to say this on the past review video, that Marie had mentioned that she was a cosmetologist, and I did not know that. But I can definitely tell now, because she has different hairstyles each and every time, but that was like, whoa, okay. Anyway, which will segue into the next couple that has been couple alert, new couple alert. Akeisha and Willie Cologne is the new couple as expected. That will be that's basically what this second episode is mainly about, is the introduction of the new couple, and they are coming from New Jersey because of the husband. Willie retired from the NFL, and he had opened up a beer bar in his hometown, Bronx, New York, if I'm not mistaken. Meanwhile, Miss Akeisha, she is basically, to better summarize, Akeisha is old money meets new money put together, basically, because she has a rich history, which that deals with old money, and rich history with her family members being connected in the community, as well as the state. She has property on Fair Street, and when I mean property, I mean like a whole building property on Fair Street. And also, like I said, she has family members that was longtime educators in the education realm, the health sector, the list goes on. But like, dang, she had a resume for days, okay? And which when yeah, she has a resume for days when it came to the ladies meeting her for the first time. And because her connection from her bringing for her coming to the group is Tambria. Because they both work in radio, and of course Tambria, she is the midday queen, and if I'm not mistaken, Miss Akeisha was the midday queen before her, or to some degree some type of status in the radio sector. So of course those two connections, they would meet, and of course she brought her upon the group to meet the women. And low key in that scene, it seems like each time somebody says something, then Akeisha would come back saying, well, my family did this and this, especially when it came to Marie, because Marie was like, okay girl, calm down, we get it. Because Marie was like, I'm a cosmetologist and I run my medical clinic, and I'm in the process of opening another clinic that will be considered the first. And then Keisha was like, my family has already opened up a clinic in Hattiesburg location. And Marie was like, and I was like, and then of course Marie was all in it. Marie was all talking about some other things that was on her accomplishments list, and it seems like Keisha was like, done that, done that, done that. And then when it came to the Fair Street conversation with Letitia, that's when Akeisha was like, well, I already have property and a whole building in that location, and I want to work towards getting that whole street refurbished, restorated as well. But she was like, I want more action to be done instead of doing all that talk. And I was like, I think Letitia was doing that already. She was trying to put things into motion, but things that she had came across some obstacles. So I was like, okay, since we have a person that actually has a property location on Fair Street, and then we have Letitia over here that has the goals, the aspirations of wanting to have the street restored and stuff like that, filled with businesses. How about y'all two collaborate on each other? Put the ego. Will the ladies put? That's the question. Will the ladies put their egos to the side and collaborate to get that Fair Street restored? That's the question. because right now it seems like it's gonna be a little tug and push. Like I can feel like Akeisha is going to be capable and able to do a little bit more than Letitia, because she has straight up property at that location. So it's more like it gave off the vibe, if you can't get through her, you can't get through nobody. And it's just strange, because last season when Letitia had brought Tambria to the Capitol, or like the court, I believe it was the courthouse, where they was trying to have discussion on and getting investors to get Fair Street back up and running again. And the fact that Tamara was related to one of the councilmen there, and then of course she has association with Akeisha, which has property at that location. And I'm like, I'm mind boggled. Like, all right, since we have all these different people that could, possibly be some investor, can we segue all them avenues and collaborate, put the egos to the side and be like, okay, we're gonna get this thing restorated so we can bring businesses over here and make it how it was. But as long as, that's the question. Will them ladies be able to put that ego to the side and get it done, as far as like Fair Street revitalization? That's the key. That's the answer. Comment down below. Will the lady comment down below your answers, your thoughts and opinions down below. Will the ladies be able to put their egos to the side to get that Fair Street revitalized? Okay, because you got one who has actual property on there, and then you have another one that has goals and aspiration. And from the looks of it, we've seen her done the work. We've seen the passion behind her actually trying to get investors to get it revitalized. So comment down below your thoughts and opinions on that one. And then it leads up to the event, which was the Women Empowerment Brunch by Letitia Pearson. We can't get through a season with at least one brunch that was hosted, that was done by Miss Letitia Pearson and hosted by Tambria Cherie. We can't get through a whole season without at least one brunch fiasco, okay? And that's what we got in this episode. So everybody's at this brunch, and I'm gonna say, yeah, it started out good for the most part. Everybody was coming in, meet one another, and then all of a sudden, when Akeisha came, she was like, okay, I was expecting a brunch that with tables all around, people mixing and mingling with each other and stuff like that. But I arrived here, and there's only like one long table with at least 20 chairs at the table. So I don't know what type of brunch is it. That's in the words of that was how she was thinking. Okay. In which I'm a push back on that, because we are dealing with a reality TV show, and of course it is set up to a certain degree when it comes to doing this empowerment brunch. Okay. Hopefully one day, one episode, we will actually experience or get footage of a whole brunch that we see online with Letitia having these brunches, and they're having there's multiple tables where multiple people is at. Hopefully we get footage on that when it comes to what she does with the Women's Empowerment Brunch organization. But for right now, we're dealing with reality TV, so we're dealing with limited people, and that's a lot of NDAs agreements to dish out. Okay, that's a lot of agreements to dish out, making sure people will shut their mouth until the episode appears on television. Then you can talk about it, because there's avenues to that when it comes to you're used to the brunches where there's a large amount of people and the buffet style stuff like that, compared to this episode here where it's just one long table, some buffet tables, with some food and a couple of people there. Two different things. And I just feel like when it comes to Akeisha, she's just gonna have to, I don't know, she hasn't actually been in a reality setting, around a reality TV setting, but I feel like with her, she it's gonna take some time to getting used to. You know, she's used to mingling, networking, and working with people that have old money or new money, or she's either creating something, compared to a reality show where she's dealing with a bunch, just a small group of women, and then a small intimate brunch that went into an debacle abyss. Okay. So yeah, because she was complaining about the dirty plates, and I believe Latrice also had a dirty plate as well. But what had got me though was when she said, do I need to get the manager, the supervisor, the do I need to get the person that is over the building or over the events to and Letitia's like, no, I'll get it for you. It is no problem. I will make sure you get a clean plate. And then also Keisha, she was complaining about the decor at the event as well. She thought it was a little cheap, on the cheap side, but everybody's decor is different. That's one thing you have to get used to, is everybody's decor is different. Especially with this type of decor, this is considered Southern decor, okay? And Southern decor, in the organizer's eyes, what she feel like is appealing, it may not be appealing to you. So that's just another thing, sidebar, to think about. But otherwise, at this brunch debacle, from what I gathered in my notes and what I saw was, once Latrice had came in, that's when Marie had, her demeanor, whole demeanor had changed. And to that degree, I just feel like when a person walks in and your demeanor changes because of what has transpired previously, and because we don't know the details, we don't have all the facts as audience, and we definitely don't know exactly who did what to tarnish Marie's name, because she has stated she had lost clients due to the Medicaid fraud. So yeah, Marie's demeanor had changed once Latrice came in the room, and then that's when Marie was like, I can't be in this setting anymore. I'm about to go, because they was doing a game on seeing if they could tell the person next to them something good about them. And when it came to Latrice saying something good about Marie saying something good about Latrice, she was like, nah, I ain't fake like that. So I was like, dang. So that's when she was like, she went up and left. And I have to say this, why y'all kept zooming in on the men's restroom where Marie went to the men's restroom? It seems like every time we came to the scene where Marie was in that restroom, y'all was zooming in the men's restroom. Like, come on now. But she was in the restroom. Essie had went and consoled her, and then it got to the point where Essie had asked Letitia if she can come and come to a resolution, but that led to an argument. And then that's when Letitia was like, okay, can will this get resolved with you and Latrice? Could you at least talk to Latrice and come to some sort of agreement? And I'm like, I thought y'all already made a truce last year when y'all was at Dr. Antoinette's sipping seat for her dentistry open, soft opening. So I was like, well, that was no good. And that's why I was like, okay, this is going to be reconciliation part 2. possibly part 3, because I thought it was solved, at least squashed at the Sip and See with Dr. Antoinette, but it got rehashed when the reunion came. So hopefully the ladies will come to some sort of agree to disagree and move past on. And then of course, with all that is going on with Miss Marie, I hope she is able to to go back and reflect, take some time for herself and reflect on, healing herself, healing her inner child, and of course continue to heal the passing of her grandson's mother, because that is a lot that Marie is going on, the passing of her great grandson's mother, her mother moving in the house with her and the kids, reestablishing a relationship. And then you got Marie still working out issues, obstacles and challenges with her husband Cedric, and then her running a business with her business partner with Etsy, not Etsy, Essie. So it's a lot going on, Miss Marie, and I'm just gonna continue to send healing energy to Miss Marie, because that is a lot to be enduring, and she is like literally on superwoman mode. But she's just gonna have to keep remembering that she's gonna have to take time to herself. And I need Mr. Cedric to step up, sir. I know we from the viewer's eyes, it seems like you're not doing enough, but from what Miss Marie is enduring right now, like I need you to be a little bit more assertive and more present with her and her feelings, okay? But with that being said, I'm gonna do a separate video in regards to this repetitive action that I'm seeing when it comes to these relationships on reality TV shows, because it is starting to be redundant at this point, and it's definitely feeding off into real life. Not to say that this what they're enduring is not real life, but I'm starting to see the pattern and I don't like it, okay? But with that being said, yeah, that concludes my little review synopsis of Belle Collective Season 2, Episode 2. Please feel free to comment down below your thoughts and opinions about this episode. And I thank you all for tuning in to this video. Please be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Hit that notification bell so you'll know the next time I upload a video, and be sure to click all so you know that when I be uploading videos, because I do work, y'all. I do work, and I can't push out videos like everybody else that's on clockwork. I can't do that. However, I do what I can to push out the content that needs to be pushed out, and hopefully it brings some type of change to some capacity, okay? So I'm gonna leave y'all to it. And with that being said, always remember to love thyself, know thyself, sue thyself, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye.